Picture this. You own a private practice and you're at your desk. It's after 7 p.m. Your last session ended 2 hours ago, but you're still here because you know that these notes, they are not going to write themselves and they're piling up. You look down because your phone buzzes and it's a new client inquiry. That's the third one this week, but guess what? You can't take it because your schedule is packed solid. And there's that feeling again, that knot in your stomach, because you got into this business to actually help people. That was the whole point. And right now, somebody probably desperately needs your help, but you just cannot say yes. That voicemail that they're leaving is your current business model telling you something. Now listen, don't shoot the messenger, but please definitely take heed to this message. The world doesn't work the way it did just 2 years ago before AI. Your clients aren't just walking into the office saying, "Fix me" anymore. They've already been on Google. They've already watched a YouTube video about attachment styles at 1 a.m. in the morning trying to figure this thing out on their own. And honestly, half of them have already talked to ChatGPT about what they're going through before they ever sit down with you. 2 out of 3 people leave a provider's office with questions that they didn't get answered. They sit with you for a whole doggone hour and they still leave wanting to understand more. That's an opportunity for you, friend, but because they don't just want you to treat them, they want to understand what's going on. They want to know why you're recommending what you're recommending and what their options actually are. What's happening inside their brain and why. And you do that. You already do that every single session. You break down coping strategies. You explain how cognitive distortions work. You give people frameworks that they can carry with them between sessions. You're already teaching. You're just doing it one person at a time, 30 slots a week. And there's a line of people outside of your door that you just can't see. Y'all, I mean, that is a time problem. And on top of that, look at what your clients are bringing into your office right now. It's not just their personal stuff anymore. It's the economy. It's the weight of the political chaos. It's the war. It's this general feeling that the ground keeps shifting under everybody's feet. They're carrying all of that into your office, and you're absorbing it 1 hour at a time. So who's helping these people in the line that can't get to you? Look at what the data says. 2 in 5 Americans live in an area where there aren't enough mental health providers. That's not somewhere else, honey. That's your zip code, your neighbors, people driving past your office every single day who need somebody to talk to and literally can't find an opening. That's money passing you by. And it's not because you're not trying. More than half of psychologists right now have 0 openings, none, kaput. And the ones who do, they're telling people to wait 3 months. 3 months. Even if you're in crisis right now, 3 months, that's a long time. But this is the one that changes everything. Demand for mental health services is growing almost 5 times faster than the workforce. Listen, we're not going to hire our way out of this problem. There will never be enough therapists to see everybody one-on-one. And I know everybody talks about this like it's a burnout problem. I mean, yes, people are burning out, but the root of it, it's a freaking math problem. The model is structurally broken, not because you're doing something wrong, but because it was never built for this kind of demand. What if everything you earned, I'm talking your bachelor's, your master's, maybe a doctorate, the thousands of supervised clinical hours, could reach people outside of your office hours without wrecking your health or your family life or the care that you currently give to the clients that you already see? Remember, I asked who's helping these people that are in the line. What if you could? Just not the way you've been taught to in the past. Because listen, you're already teaching, you explain every session, you explain how things work, you give people tools, you help them actually understand themselves. That's education. You're an educator who happens to hold a clinical license. You're just not packaging it yet. And your compliance team will love this. It's education, it's not treatment. No clinical records, just your expertise as a school, which is exactly what the law allows and what your clients actually want and need. Of course, a community, a group program, something that takes what you already know and makes it available to the people who can't get in your office. And before you think, I don't have time for that, LaTanya, I want you to hear me out. 93 members in a community at $45 per person per month. That's $50,000 in your pocket a year on top of your practice. And here's what's different from adding more clients. That 93 can turn into 200, can turn into 500 without you taking on a single additional client hour. You build the content once. The community runs. Your expertise lives outside of your schedule. You're not leaving your calling. You're making room for it to grow. That's the difference between helping 30 people a week and reaching thousands. I'm not a therapist. I'm a chemical engineer from Houston, Texas, but the math is the same. I built a community. $120,000 a year is what I make just working 3 days a week. And I'm not special. I just engineered this system. And from working with practitioners, clinical practitioners who've done this, I can tell you, the ones who build it don't burn out. They don't leave the field. They actually get better at their clinical work because they're not running on empty anymore. You see, they see 20 clients a week instead of 30. They take actual vacations, and their community members get access to their content and their expertise around the clock. Not just the 50 minutes someone can book 3 months from now. Look, if you're someone watching this and you're not a therapist, if you're a doctor or a coach or consultant or a service-based business who can offer education, I want you to hear this too. Because this math, it's broken the same way for everybody who trades their time for their expertise. The door I'm talking about is open to you too. In episode 4, I broke down the 5 things standing between you and your first $10,000 online. If you haven't watched that one, it's the blueprint. The link is in the bio. You should watch that right now because the demand is there. The model can't keep up, but the doors are open for the people who see this opportunity. I put the private practice income goal report in the description. Page 2 breaks down the math profession by profession, real numbers from my own research and not just projections that are coming out of my head. All right? Download it. And if you get to page 2 and something just clicks for you, click that link and text me. And I'm serious. The link is there. Let's talk about what building this looks like for you and your practice. In the next episode, I'm opening up my books, The Real Numbers, for the 50K challenge that we talked about. What came in, what didn't come in, what I learned, how in the heck I messed up. I'm not sugarcoating anything. Subscribe because this series builds on itself and drop a comment. Are you still 100% seeing one-on-one or have you started building something on the side? I want to know exactly where you are. Listen, my name is LaTanya Johnson. I am the Income Engineer.